Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is Ruben, aka the Young Electrician, aka Mr. Shaky Camera on his dashboard that doesn't seem to record right. We're gonna hop right into this video. This is going to be the best way to become an electrician in 2022, 2023. And what I would do if I was starting off right now, I wanted to get into the electrical trade, or maybe one of the other trades, maybe it crosses over. But if I was going to be an electrician today, what would I do? Well, there's a few options just to lay them out for you. The first option is you just start working in a company. I know guys that did this, they didn't have any ET card. I don't know if it's legal. I think they mark you down as a helper, so you're not actually an electrician, you're not an apprentice, you're like a laborer, and they'll put you to work, and sometimes most of the time they'll pay you like you were a first year trainee. When I was starting off, that was around $14 an hour here in California. Not sure where it is where you're at, but that's the first option. You could hop right in and get it hired at a company, and sometimes the company will sponsor you in an apprenticeship program here in California. The two big ones, or maybe the two only ones, are WICA and ABC. And I know big companies like Helix, you usually have to have an ET card to go into Helix, but they would sponsor you, and a lot of companies would sponsor you going into becoming an apprentice. And so that's really cool. So the first one is you can just hop right in, get hired onto a company, and start working and move your way up. And I've seen a lot of guys do that. I don't recommend that route. The second route is the route that I took, and you could you could become an electrical trainee. So you're not an apprentice and you're not a helper. You're basically saying that you are basically funding your own career or your own education to become an electrician. That means you are paying for your own school, you are getting your own jobs, you are filling out the paperwork to get your own ET card. You're doing everything yourself. You are negotiating your wages, everything. So sometimes that could be really good. If you know the worth of electrician, if you're a really good worker, if you are okay with asking for a raise or negotiating your rates or your wages with the company, it could be really good. It also could be really bad because they could there's no set standard of what they need to pay you besides the minimum wage, so you are kind of left at the mercy of the company and the companies out there, and the mercy of your own ability to negotiate. So that's one option. There's two routes though. One is you can that I know about. There's two routes that I know about. One, you could go to one of those commercial, you see them on the commercials, the trade programs, and that's what I did because I was an idiot. But that's what I did, and they're expensive. I do not recommend them. If you see a trade company, a trade school pop up on TV, and it's not LA Trade Tech, don't go to it. If somebody's trying to charge you $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, and they tell you that you're going to go to school for 11, 12 months, and then you're going to be able to go to work as an electrician, it's true, but they're overcharging you, because you could take the same amount, get the same education or better. Oh, camera dying. Well, you can get the same amount of education, same quality education, or even better by going to a community college. And community college, I don't know what is it. I don't know how much it is, but it's way cheaper. Well, I don't know how much it is, but it's way cheaper. When I was talking to some guys, because what will happen, or what used to happen, is in order to get your ET card, your electrical trainee card, which says that it's your certification saying that you are able to work. You have to redo this every single year. It's $25 to initiate it, and it's free every year after that. You just got to renew it and show that you're still going to school, or that you have completed an accredited, well, basically got enough hours, which I think is like 900 or 920 hours. So if you hit that mark, like if you were to go to one of the those commercial trade school, whatever things, and throw a bunch of money in the trash, like I did, every single year I could just show them my certificate of completion, send it in with my renewal form, and they'll send me my ET card. I'll probably link a description to that in the description of that. I can't even talk English this morning. I'll put a link to that in the description. I'm not going to give you a description in there. I'm going to put a link in there in the description of this video, in case you want to go and look at the forms for getting your ET card, or maybe you're an electrician and you're in the trade in your first year, and you want the form to be able to renew your ET card at the end of the year, because you got to keep it updated. Some companies don't care, but a lot of companies will sit you down and tell you you can't work on the job site unless you have your ET card. So what a lot of guys will do is they'll sign up for a class in a community college and they'll never go. Maybe they'll go to one class, or maybe they'll just sign up, pay the $40, whatever it is, for the class, just so they can send it in and say, hey, I'm going to this class, and then they'll never go. So I found out through guys that kind of work the system like that you can go to community college and get the same education. And I've met guys who actually went to community college, got all of their schooling hours from electrical programs in like LBCC over here in the Long Beach area, or some of the colleges out in LA, and even like I think Orange Coast College. Am I saying, is that Orange Coast? OCC on Orange County. I think Golden West College too. A lot of the colleges out here, community colleges, they have electrical programs that you can go through, and a lot of them are good. I actually know a guy who used to teach at the Long Beach City College, Long Beach Community College, one of them. And he really praised that program. He praised a lot of the guys there. I think he even took classes there before he got certified, and it helped him out. So that's one route to take. You can become an electrical trainee, and I recommend going to community college. Because it's cheaper. You can start working right away. As soon as you sign up and you got your acceptance letter to take the class, you send that in with the with the application to become an electrical trainee, and you send them a whopping $25 check or money order, and they will send you your card. For me, it used to take about 2 weeks to get the card. For some people, maybe their writing wasn't legible, but it'll take like a month or two to get their card. So maybe I'm just blessed. I don't know. So that's the route. You can become an electrical trainee. And then I'm going to talk about some pros and cons between being a trainee and being an apprentice at the end of the video. So the first route is you just start working, get hired at a company, and either become a trainee or become an apprentice, or one of those options. But you can just start working. Second option is going to community college, signing up for some classes, becoming an electrical trainee, and getting yourself a job, going out looking for a job. Third thing is joining either the union or one of the non-union apprenticeships. So you can look up your local union, and you can find one of their halls, the union halls, and you can just walk in there, and they're, for the most part, super helpful. And they like when people want to join the union. So you can walk in there, you can say, hey, you want to join the union, blah, blah, blah. You are going to need either a GED or a diploma. Back in the day when I was starting off, I went to the Los Angeles, the local 11 in Los Angeles, and There was a big old job fair thing. There was like, I don't know, a ton of people there. Me and all my buddies when we were in trade school, we all wanted to be a part of the union, and we would have probably dropped out of that trade school if we would have got accepted. But we went there, and all of us got denied. One guy didn't bring the right paperwork. I only had a GED. I didn't have a diploma, and they were like, nope. So that was about 13 years ago. So apparently before they didn't accept the GED. Neither did any of the non-union apprenticeships. I tried them too, and they didn't accept me without having a high school diploma, which is weird, but whatever. So they accept the GED. You're going to need a GED, and you are going to need a high school diploma, and you are going to need a test to go into them. So that's one thing to know. If you are going to join the union or a non-union apprenticeship, they're going to test you in like basic algebra, and I think, I'm not really sure, it's real basic math and stuff like that. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I'll grab some more information on that and make some videos so you guys know what to do preparing for that if you want to take that route. So joining the union school, you could just walk into one of the union halls, or maybe email them or something. I would just walk into the hall. I'd be like, hey, can you give me the phone number to the guy that, to the recruiter? And recruiters want to get you hired. That's their job, to recruit people. So you'll be good there. That's a very good route. It takes a few months. It took my buddy, I think about 3 months to actually get in. Probably longer for the entire process, because what happens is they have, I guess they give you a written test, and then they do something where they test out your physical, electrical skills, your abilities, just to see, if you're somebody competent that they actually want to hire. And I don't know if they actually deny people or not, but I know they do test you, and I do know that sometimes they will place you in as like a second or third year. If you talk to them and they tell you no, they don't, that handsome electrician on the internet is a liar. They don't do that. They do that. I've seen them do that plenty of times. So just know that they do that if were in the trade, because a lot of times somebody will be in the trade for 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years, and they don't really have a path. They don't have the schooling, and they don't feel confident. So they join the union, and then because they're so skilled already, sometimes the union will put them in their second or third year. So that's cool. The other ones, if you don't join the union, there's WECA, 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 highly recommend, which is an apprenticeship program. Also didn't accept me when I was a young electrician starting off, but they've since changed their ways. That's a route too. You could join WECA, and they have a really good apprenticeship program. And there's also ABC. Don't have to spell that one out for you guys. ABC Electric, whatever, apprenticeship program. Both here in California or whatever state you're in, you can just look up what electrical apprenticeship programs exist in your state, and they'll fill you in on that. But these two programs are pretty good. You could just join them. They also take about 3 to 6 months to get into, because there's a list of people who want to join, and the longest I've heard somebody waiting was about 6 months to get in. But 6 months is going to go by whether you're waiting to get into the apprenticeship or not. So that's a good route. I recommend that you either join the union or join one of the non-union apprenticeship programs, because on your electrical journey, you're not going to regret it. It's going to be a great option. It's going to be a great career path. They do really teach you the book stuff really well, and they actually they place you in companies. If you're an electrical trainee, this is the pro and con part right here. The pro of being an electrical trainee is that you can negotiate your wages and you could move up. I was a foreman in my 4th year before I was even able to be certified, and I was able to move up pretty quickly. But also, I don't feel like I got a lot of proper training when I was coming up. I don't feel like I didn't have anybody to support me or back me up if I wasn't really learning anything on a company. And I always had the fear if I left the company, I might not get another job or get the same pay. Because if you're a trainee, you have to find your own jobs. You go and you apply to a job, and you go on a job interview, and you see what happens. In Weka, you don't do that. In Weka, they give you, or an ABC or the union, they place you in a company. And one of the cool things I found out this past year is, if you don't feel like you're learning something in that company, if you're like, man, I've been doing the same thing, and I'm going into 2 years, and I'm not learning anything new in this company, like I would really like to learn, X, Y, and Z. If there's a company available for that, they will take you out of your company and put you in another company. So that's pretty cool. I know that for sure happens in the union, and I think that happens in Weka. I believe they could do that in Weka and ABC as well. So that's a good option. The pro for Weka is that they place you in a company, and you got that for about 4 or 5 years. They're getting you jobs, and also your pay is set. I think it's every 6 months you get a raise. That's pretty sweet. Every 6 months you get a raise, because in Weka you work for 6 months, and then after the 6 months you go to school for 2 weeks, and then you go back to work in that same company or another company, depending on if they want to keep you, because you get a pay increase. Your company's going to decide, man, this guy ain't worth that extra money, and they'll just let you go, and that's no problem. We could put you in somewhere else. ABC, I believe you go to school during the week, and the same thing with the union, which that sucks, right? I did that for a long time when I was a trainee. Going to work in, it's an option. Some people are cool with it. I'm not sure how many days a week you actually go to school. I think it's like 1 or 2 days a week you go to school. Hopefully it's not more than that. That's horrible. I remember when I was starting off, I was going to trade school from, I think it was 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. It was like 5 hours or something like that. And I would work from 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. They were getting their money's worth out of me. I was a laborer at this construction company, remodeling hotel rooms and stuff. And yeah, a pretty cool job. But yeah, I'd start work like 5 a.m. and I'd actually have to leave work an hour early because they were doing like 12-hour days, or it was crazy. I don't know. But I'd have to leave work like an hour early at like 4 p.m. and go over to the school, and then have to pray that the school will end a little bit early so I could catch the bus home. And yeah, so that was a crazy time. So going to school and work at the same time throughout the entire week is no bueno. But sometimes you got to put your work in, and if that's the option that's given to you, then you take it and put your belly aching. So those are your options if you want to become an electrician. You could look for a company that's willing to hire you. Maybe you know somebody and they're a friend, and they'll put you on as a helper and start to train you. That's a good option. You get a little experience before you decide if you want to become a part of the electrical trade. Second one is you could take your own classes. Maybe look at your local community college, see what electrical courses they're giving, and then you take that paperwork that they give you of acceptance, you send it in with the electrical trainee registration form, and you become an electrical trainee. And then you could hop on the old interweb or talk to some friends and try to get a job as an electrician. And you got to negotiate your wages though. So you should know what a first year electrician gets paid. I would go off whatever like an apprentice gets paid in one of the non-union apprenticeships, and I would ask for that, or a little bit more. Why not? Who cares? The third is you could become an electrical apprentice either in the union, ABC, Weka, or whatever your local union or non-union apprenticeship programs are. And those are all good options, because the electrical trade, it's a good trade. You can make a lot of money, and yeah, you can make a lot of money. So I highly recommend becoming an electrician if you like working with your hands, if you like using your brain and thinking, which are your two options for working. Right? How else do you work? You physical or mental? So you get to do both. So as an electrician, so I recommend becoming an electrician if you enjoy the trades. If you're going to be in the trades, I recommend being an electrician over everything else, because it's a good trade. You get paid pretty good. It's a great career path. You just gotta, after your apprenticeship's done or after you get enough hours and you get certified, you should know which direction you want to go in. A lot of guys, they think that getting certified is the end goal, and it's like, well, look, I made it. I'm certified. I'm a journeyman, and they stop there. And if you stop there, that's like you stopping at the first leg of the race. You know, it's like you got 4 quarters to run, and you run the first quarter, and you're like, I made it. Look at me. But yeah, you're stopping yourself short. Being a journeyman isn't the goal. It's the goal when you're an apprentice, but it's like the first step. It should be like grammar school or something. Because after that, you need to specialize in something. You need to figure out what you want to do, or, just how to grow and be a better electrician. Because you don't want to just be the guy that, needs to be told what to do all the time, or, doesn't actually help benefit a company. You want to make more money. You want to progress in your career. So, all right, that's the best way to become an electrician in 2020, 2023. I recommend joining either the union or one of the non-union apprenticeship programs. I do not recommend going the route of an ET. Even if you are an electrical trainee right now and you're like, I've already started this path, I've seen guys stop and, sign up and go into the union or to a non-union apprenticeship program. And that was smart. I should have probably did the same thing. But, hindsight's 2020. Ain't nothing I can do about it now. I'm a certified electrician. With that said, I'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Go ahead and comment below. Let me know what route you plan on taking if you plan to become an electrician. Or if you're an electrician, let me know what route you took. Or what route do you recommend others take that are watching this video? Is there anything that I missed? Any other program that's out there? Go ahead and comment it below. Give your advice, give your opinion. Until next time, I'm out.